Hey, did you know that you might be able to use equity from another home as your down payment when building a new house? Let me explain how that works in 90 seconds or less. So this is actually a pretty common issue. Most people who are thinking about building a new home already own a home and plan on using that equity to build the next house. However, most people also would prefer not to move until the new home is built. Obviously, nobody wants to move twice. So how do we typically solve this problem? So typically we can access the equity you have in your current home with an equity line of credit. The funds from that loan can then be applied directly to your construction loan down payment requirement. On a primary residence, we can issue a home equity loan or HELOC up to 90% of the value of your house. The cost of a HELOC is pretty minimal, usually less than $1,500, and that cost can be rolled into the loan, so it's not really that big a deal for most people. The proceeds of the HELOC can then be used as a down payment requirement for the construction loan in full. So what are the pros and cons of this solution? A big pro is that the HELOC is very simple, fast, and fairly inexpensive. We can generally get these done in a few weeks, and with a HELOC, you do not need to sell your current home to access your equity, and will simply be paying off that loan when you sell your current home down the road after your new home is complete. A con is that the HELOC is a loan and that you will need to be able to qualify for whatever the payment will be, plus still be able to qualify for the construction loan. If your debt to income ratio is a little bit tight, this could be an issue. Yet a HELOC will also carry an interest rate that is slightly higher than a first mortgage. However, since the loan amounts are relatively small, that payment's generally on the smaller side, so again, not that big a deal. Have any questions about how this works? I'd be happy to get on a no obligation call with you. Take as much time as you need to answer your questions. Obviously, there's lots of moving parts with a construction loan, so make sure you do all your research. Again, have a fantastic day. Do me one favor, if this video was helpful, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and I would appreciate it. Thanks, bye.